Hard Rock Café is a chain of themed restaurants that opened its doors in London in 1971. Since then, Hard Rock Café began expanding all over the globe, including the metropolitan city of Singapore in 1990. With its unique selling proposition of carrying the spirit of rock and roll, Hard Rock Café has won the hearts of consumers by providing an exceptional dining experience with live entertainment, on top of their extensive line of merchandise. Over the last few decades, Hard Rock Café has successfully become an icon that resonated with many. However, it was not long before the world-famous franchise met its decline. Hard Rock Café has shown a low relative market share and slow market growth. How did this happen? When Hard Rock Café opened in Singapore in 1990, they targeted lovers of old-school rock and roll with a mid to high disposable income. However, their primary audience has aged and Hard Rock Café now struggles to appeal to a younger crowd. Our consumer insight has found that the younger generation perceives Hard Rock Café as dated and expensive. Additionally, the increasing use of digital tools by other food and beverage businesses and the rise of unique concept bars and cafes in Singapore is believed to be a threat for Hard Rock Café. But music is timeless and Hard Rock Café certainly has a chance to turn things around. Hard Rock Café has a high global presence and high brand equity. The same people that have indicated Hard Rock Café as dated have also indicated that Hard Rock Café is iconic. Hence, in order to solve the main problem of a low presence in Singapore, we can leverage on that high brand equity and harness digital channels in order to reach new segments as well as to keep up with existing competition. We have separated our market into 4 different segments: the 90s kids, workers' life, men's night out, and the Rolling Stones. The 90s kids are those who seek nostalgia through shared experiences and good vibes, while workers' life seek after-work relaxation. Men's night out seek a good time hanging out with friends, and the Rolling Stones prefer a simple beer with some music. The target audience we have chosen is the 90s kids. As mentioned before, there is a large market amongst 20 to 29-year-olds because they recognize Hard Rock Café's iconic name as a brand itself, as well as the bar that their parents used to go to. This target audience is also tech-savvy, hence we are able to reach them via media channels like social media. We have chosen to boost sales as our marketing objective. We aim to achieve this through increasing volume, specifically to get a 100% increase in sales from the current sales of 32,400 units per year to reach a profit of $1 million within the year. To reach our marketing objective, we need 6% of our target audience to make it to the action stage to achieve our end goal, which is highly achievable. This is considering a 90% increase in awareness with 70% interest raised along with 50% stimulation of desire. Ultimately, we wish to see a 25% conversion rate of those with a desire to be involved to make an actual purchase. This assumes a conservative estimate of our target audience visiting just twice a year. We have chosen a brand revitalization strategy via refreshing old sources of brand equity. We want to create positive associations to increase restaurant visits using the big idea of nostalgia. Nostalgia is characterized by a longing for the happiness of the past and the pain of knowing that those days are unreachable, a blend between the old and the new. Although millennials are relatively young, they are also the generation which has experienced the most change, making them more likely to yearn for the past, known as early onset nostalgia. Nostalgia marketing works because of the emotional bond that consumers form with the product or service. For example, Canadian Club, a whiskey brand, successfully revived sales for the first time in 16 years. It successfully connected with young people by embracing the brand's old age and branded it as something your dad used to drink. Its wittiness and relatability won the brand several awards and helped the brand overtake the category leader in terms of profit. It made an old brand cool again. Another case study is Emo Night, an event held in bars where emo music is played. From its first debut in Los Angeles, it has become an international event with sellout crowds in Singapore under Emo Night SG. To add on, revivals in vinyl sales and high interest in micro-documentaries of the 60s to 80s produced by Our Grandfather's Story show that young people in Singapore are keen to revisit the past. Evidently, nostalgia is the trend, and most of all, it works. Introducing our campaign idea with the theme of "What kind of 90s kid are you?" The 90s and the 2000s were very memorable for our target audience as those were their childhood and formative years. Music can evoke strong emotions and transport people back in time to a different era. Such people often look back to the good old times. We will use the concept of themed nights throughout the year to entice our target audience to attend, specifically playing popular genres in the 90s and 2000s, such as, but not limited to,
So I say a little prayer and hope my dreams will take me there.
We're all in this together. Once we know that we are, we're all stars, and we see that.
I just wanna live my life. It's
music is subjective and we want to appeal to the different tastes and preferences. As June and December are holiday periods where our target audience are more eager to hang out and catch up with their friends in their free time, we will hold a large-scale concert during the mid and end-of-year periods. Our target audience seeks nostalgia as a benefit, as it gives them good vibes through shared experiences. Our collaterals will maintain the tone of being vintage, proud of the 90s, young at heart. Customers can come to Hard Rock Cafe to relive the songs of their childhood. With our brand revitalization strategy and advertising goals in mind, we have identified strategic media platforms that we believe can best reach our target audience. We aim to reach 45% of our target audience at an average of 10 times per month through various media platforms. This includes print channels such as Straits Times Digital and Clio Magazine, TV spots on MTV Asia and Toggle, 987 FM radio station, and outdoor billboards all around the city, all of which aim to garner effective reach and high visibility across media channels. We have also picked out new media vehicles such as Google Web Search, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, the Smart Local Advertorial, and Spotify, as we reach out to the most tech-savvy generation of our time. We have chosen a pulsing strategy for our media efforts. The campaign will have consistent engagement throughout the year, along with a heavy focus during the peak holiday months of June and December, where our target audience are more eager to hang out and catch up with their friends in their free time. The months leading up to these holiday months, namely April, May, October, and November, will also see a spike in media reach in order to hype our target audience up and start conversations around Hard Rock Cafe. This year-long campaign will be broken down into two 6-month phases, with Phase 1 marking a transition from raising awareness to increasing interest and eventually ramping up the desire of users to show up for Hard Rock Cafe's theme nights. The same cycle will be repeated in Phase 2 from July onwards, in which our advertising efforts will gain momentum as we prepare for the holiday season again. Altogether, these marketing, advertising, and media strategies will not only help Hard Rock Cafe stand out from its competitors, but also allow them to reach out to a brand new segment that will carry the Hard Rock brand to the next generation. After all, every 90s kid has a rock in them.